This video will teach you how to add time in terms of days. Before you watch this video, please make sure that you have already learned adding time using hours, minutes, and seconds. Let's start with some basics. The present day is called today. The day which has just passed is called yesterday. And the day which is going to come next is called tomorrow. You also know that each day has 24 hours in it. Let's look at an example of how to add time in terms of days. Our example says that John started driving on Monday at 8 o'clock a.m. He drove for 53 hours, and let's hope he took some rests along the way, before reaching home. So his trip home was 53 hours. What time and day did he reach home? Notice that it says 8 o'clock a.m., so we know he started his trip in the morning, and he drove for 53 hours. Since a day, one full day, equals 24 hours, we need to regroup the 53 hours in terms of days and hours first. So we're going to begin by dividing 53 by 24 and finding the quotient and remainder. So we start out with 53 divided by 24. 53 divided by 24 equals 2 with a remainder of 5. So 53 divided by 24 has a quotient of 2 with a remainder of 5. And this tells us then that as far as taking the 53 hours and grouping them into groups of 24 hours, we have two groups of 24 hours, so 2 days, with a remainder of 5 hours. So if we look at this kind of pieced out a little bit, we can see that we have 2 days plus 5 hours for John's trip. So the first day is 24 hours, the second day is 24 hours, so 24 plus 24 equals 48, and then add 5 hours to that, and you get 53. So you can see we've just taken the 53 and regrouped it just a little bit. So at this point now, the problem is easy. We simply need to figure out the day and the time that he made it home. So we just need to count days and hours. He started at 8 o'clock a.m. Monday. So we're going to start by looking at a number line and counting ahead to see when John made it home. So let's take our number line like this, and we'll start way over here at the beginning of John's trip. So he started his trip at 8 a.m. on Monday. Now, we want to count ahead the first day. So after day 1, and I'll just put a little mark right here for our next day. So we're going to call this right here day 1. So after day 1, the time would be then 8 a.m. on Tuesday. And then again, the same thing. After day 2, so we'll kind of mark it about right here. After day 2, so here's our day 2. After day 2, the time would be 8 a.m. on Wednesday. Now, we know that he drove for 2 days plus 5 more hours. So we need to add 5 hours to 8 a.m. Wednesday to see when he made it home. So now I'm going to mark off some hours here. So our scale will be a little bit different than the full day because there would be 24 hours in here and 24 hours in here. But now so that we can see it a little bit better, I'm going to mark off these hours after 8 a.m. with a little bit bigger spaces. So we're going to go 5 more hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know this is when John landed at home. So let's count forward 1 hour at a time. So 8 a.m., then this would be 9 a.m. The next hour, and I can mark these here, 9 a.m. The next hour would be 10 a.m. The next would be 11 a.m. The next would be 12. But remember, when we get to this 12, it's going to switch from a.m. to p.m. And this will be 12 o'clock p.m., which is noon. So noon on Wednesday is this marking right here. And we need to go 1 more hour past that to get to the 5-hour mark. And 1 more hour past 12 o'clock noon is 1 o'clock p.m. Remember, when we switch from a.m. to p.m. or from p.m. to a.m. and we hit that 12 o'clock mark, then we start over, counting again, starting with 1 o'clock. So this time here is 1 o'clock p.m. So we can see that John made it home at 1 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday. And I'm running out of room here. So he started on Monday at 8 a.m., drove for 53 hours, which we figured out was 2 days and 5 hours, and he reached home at 1 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday.